Hello and welcome to MML Projects and Coaching, your one-stop shop for easy, simple project documentation. Today, we're going to be looking at risk management. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's go. So today's training will be structured as such. First, we'll have the introduction into risks. Then we'll look at risk management. Then we'll look at process details of the risks, analyzing risks, roles and responsibilities in risk management, and then we will summarize today's session. So, what are risks? Effective risk management ensures projects stay on track, within budget, and aligned with strategic objectives. This training pack explains how risks emerge, how to identify and assess them, and how to manage them throughout the project lifecycle. What is risk management? Risk management is the structured process of identifying, analyzing, and responding to uncertainties that could affect project outcomes. It aims to minimize threats and maximize opportunities. Risk management. Why risk management matters. Improved decision making enables proactive rather than reactive responses. Protects project value, reduces cost, overruns, delays, and performance failures. Builds stakeholder confidence, demonstrates control and professionalism. And supports funding and governance, essential for lenders, boards, and regulators. Risk management process. As you can see here, when you think of risks, you need to think of these 5 key categories: the identification of the risk, analyzing the risk, evaluation, what the response is, and then monitoring. Let's get into a little bit more detail about the risk management process. Risk identification. Identify all potential events that could impact project objectives. Sources include technical and engineering issues, financial and commercial risks, legal and regulatory changes, environmental and social impacts, operational, organizational risks, and stakeholder and political factors. Risk analysis. Assess each risk in terms of likelihood and impacts. This determines its severity. Risk evaluation. Compare analysis risks against the project risk appetite and tolerance. Prioritize which risks require action. Risk response planning. So choose the most appropriate strategy. Avoid, so change the plan to eliminate the risk. Mitigate, reduce likelihood or impact. Transfer, so shift the responsibility via insurance or contracts. Accept, so acknowledge and monitor. And then exploit or enhance. And this will be for positive risks or opportunities. Monitoring and reviewing. So the final step, where you would track risks continuously, update assessments, and ensure controls remain effective. Analyzing risks. A risk matrix helps visualize severity by plotting likelihood against impact. High-risk items require immediate attention and mitigation. As you can see here, you will have the severity going across the right with negligible, minor, moderate, significant, and severe. And then on the left, your likelihood. Is the risk very likely to happen, likely, possible, unlikely, or very unlikely? If your risk was very unlikely to happen, but had a severe impact, this would be a medium risk. However, if your risk was very likely to happen and have a severe impact, it would be a high risk, and you would ensure that you monitor these regularly with supported mitigation controls. Roles in risk management. The project manager owns the risk process and ensures actions are implemented. The risk owner will be accountable for managing the specific risks. The project team identifies risks and supports mitigations. And then the steering committee or sponsor sets risk appetite and approves major responses. And then external stakeholders, which would be your regulators, lenders, or contractors. So let's look at some best practices for risk management. Maintain a living risk register updated regularly. Use clear risk descriptions, event, cause, effect. Quantify risks where possible, so cost, time, probability. Integrate risk management into all project meetings. Encourage open communication and a no-blame culture. So let's summarize today's quick video. Risk management is a continuous structured discipline that protects project value and ensures successful delivery. And by identifying, analyzing, and responding to risks early, teams can avoid surprises and maintain control throughout the project lifecycle. I hope you've enjoyed this short video around project risk management. For more information and for a large selection of free documents, please visit our website at mmlproco.com. I am William Newbury, and until next time, thank you.